What is up, car addicts? In this video, we'll be talking about this week's Triple Money Event Week, as well as the property and vehicle discounts. This event week is for June 25th to July 1st, 2020. The current casino podium vehicle is the Class A Scramjet. This car is definitely an unusual one to put on the podium. It is primarily based on the Speed Racer Mach 5. It released about 2 years ago with the After Hours update and normally costs about $4 million. So the Scramjet is one of my personal favorite cars to mess around with in free mode because of its multiple abilities. It can jump, shoot missiles, and on top of that it has a rocket boost. So it's a lot of fun to kind of jump and then hit the boost. There are people who do stunts with these, and it's just crazy to see all the different stunts that people do. So for those of you who maybe paid full price for the Scramjet and are angry about it being on the podium, I mean, it's super understandable. You paid $4 million for a car and now people are getting it for free. You can still take the one you originally purchased and sell it for just under $3 million. Again, to avoid confusion, please note that what you get for the vehicle depends on what you paid for it, so the podium car will not sell for any money. I'm specifically referring to the Scramjet that people paid for. Now keep in mind that the Scramjet does not let you bring it into the customs, so the only three places you can customize it in-game or sell it is either the MOC, the Avenger, or the Arena. So is the Scramjet worth attempting to win from the podium? This is a very big yes in my opinion. The Scramjet is an amazing car, and to get something so expensive and unique for free is quite amazing. Alright, so to start off with the property discounts, we have 50% off the nightclubs, which is awesome. We also have 50% off the motorcycle clubhouses. And we have 50% off the motorcycle club businesses as well. So now is definitely the best time to get into the MC businesses if you haven't already. You get the clubhouse half price and the MC businesses half price. Really can't complain too much there. Although keep in mind that the upgrades for all of them are not on discount, just the initial cost of the properties themselves. Moving on to vehicle discounts, we have 40% off the Tyrant. Now this supercar is not that great performance wise due to it having the slow handling flags. Plus, it is a very large car due to it having some very strange proportions. Next up, we have 40% off the Tesseract. Now this car is in the supercars class and is one of the fastest cars on a perfectly flat stunt prop surface. However, due to it having the slow handling flags, it is very slow on any road surface with any bump or road imperfection. Moving on, we have 40% off the Nightshade. Now this car is in the muscle cars class and looks very cool. It looks pretty fast too, but unfortunately it's a very slow car and cannot compete at all in the class performance wise. Even a free Dominator you can get off the street is faster than that car, which is quite sad to be honest. Moving on to the 7 San Andreas website, we have 50% off the Festival Bus. Now I don't really see that much of a use for this thing unless you want to park it somewhere and blast music for other players to hear, but if they have the music turned off in their settings, they won't hear it at all either way, so even with this discount, I still feel it's overpriced for what it is. Again, just my personal opinion. Moving on to the Warstock website, we have 40% off the B-11 Strikeforce. Now this plane looks very cool, plus it has the insanely cool gun. However, many players have complained that the gun is not powerful enough, and I very much agree with that. Also keep in mind you need to own a hangar in order to even purchase it. And lastly, we have 40% off the Ruiner 2000. So when the Ruiner came out, there was pretty much nothing in the game even close to it. It was insane and something we had never seen before. But now in GTA, with all these crazy vehicles like the Deluxo and the Scramjet and the Stromberg, it's beginning to seem very common. And I think the Scramjet is still a better all-around vehicle, even though the Ruiner has better homing missile tracking. And that's it for vehicle discounts. I think Rockstar did pretty decent this week, although they did not give us some of the free discounted vehicles like they did last week, so I guess it won't be something they do very often. Moving on to the Triple Money stuff, we have Triple Money NRP on the Adversary Mode Hunting Pack Remix. Now these are actually pretty fun with enough players, but it can get quite repetitive after a while. As far as double money, we have double money NRP on the nightclub popularity income, which isn't very much money to begin with, but I guess anything helps. We also have double money NRP on business battles, which again is another one that doesn't really give that much money, but I guess again something is something. And lastly, we have double RP on the CEO crate selling missions. Again, to specify, it is only RP, not double money, which is very unfortunate. I'm not sure why Rockstar is pretty much teasing us like this, saying, oh, you want double money? You can't have it, but you can have double RP, here you go. I mean, it's honestly, they could have done it if they really wanted to, giving us a double money on the crates, but they didn't. They just gave us double RP. Quite disappointing to be honest, but it is what it is. Moving on to the Twitch Prime discounts for Twitch Prime members only. I'll leave instructions in the pinned comment how to become a Twitch Prime member if you aren't one already. So they are the same as last week, which is 80% off the Molotov. Probably one of the coolest jets in the game, but not the best for dogfighting, but still a good looking plane with great customization. Keep in mind they need to own a hangar in order to purchase it. And lastly, we have 70% off the Mamba. This car is in the Sports Classics class and is a lot of fun to mess around with and drive in, but it's not the best or even close to the best in the class for racing due to its handling. Again, these two discounts are for Twitch Prime members only. And lastly, we have of course the RC Bandito Time Trial Davis Courts. This week's normal time trial was Raton Canyon. I highly recommend a fast bike such as the Hakachu Drag or Shotaro for this. And this week's premium race is the muscle car race Muscle In. I highly recommend either the Declasse Yosemite, Vapid Click, or Pisswater Dominator for that race. That race is a little tricky if you don't know the proper racing line for it, but don't worry, I post guides for the time trials and premium races every Friday, so stay tuned for that. Anyways guys, hope this was helpful. This 1 week is generally not that great, but I think the casino podium vehicle definitely helps kind of balance it out. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.